Counter-Strike has a weapon problem. They've had this for years, and I think at this point, this grid that they've made is it's a step in the right direction. So the problem is there are too many weapons that do similar things, and if they simplified the amount of choice you have, you would basically get smarter, because there's less to worry about, there's less to think about in terms of your finances, and when you consider things like eco, or like forcing, or like full buying, you're not like looking at this giant array of possibilities. Okay, so the UMP is not used anymore, and when it was only used because it was broken. The MP7 is too fucking expensive to justify itself, and so it's not used. The MP9 in tournament play is used because currently it's really strong. It's really cheap, it shoots hella fast, it's pretty accurate, and it kills pretty quickly, all things considered, for a little ass SMG anyways. For the pistols, I'm seeing a lot of dually use right now, probably because of the price change recently, but most of the time you'll see a lot of 5.7s, and you'll see a lot of Tech 9s as well. A lot of 5.7s, a lot of Tech 9s. You will never see auto shotguns unless they are broken. You literally have to make guns broken in order for the meta to change at all. And the meta is basically your full buy rifle, your op, your like it's a bread and butter, right? This is Quake also had this very same problem that a lot of arena shooters never seem to fix, which is again too many weapons, too much redundancy. You basically have your full buy rifle, your full buy op, and then some kind of eco. Usually an eco pistol and then an eco SMG. You got 4 guns. Look at how much simpler this is. If I want to consider ecoing, like if I present to you with you've lost a round, you have 3,000 in your bank, which gun are you going to buy? You still have the utility to worry about and the armor and kits and all that shit. So like, the strategy has not been reduced. All we've done is streamlined and simplified and clarified the weapon roster. And I think what you'd find is nothing would change, pretty much. Like, pros wouldn't change their behaviors. Competitive lobbies probably wouldn't change, because this is what they're buying already. All you're doing is making it much more clearer to the players, I suppose, and even the viewers, maybe, when it comes to financial decisions here. If I have $5,000 in my bank, I'll probably buy this. If I have $5,000 in my bank, should I split my hairs? Should I split hairs over FAMAS? Over this? It's like, well, I don't know if it really matters. If you have the money, you're probably going to buy this, unless you just want to have a gun and you don't want it to have utility. And there's different playstyles, obviously, but regardless, like, even like this is 4 weapon slots. You could easily have a like wild card weapon slot. A wild card weapon slot that could go to literally anything. A dedicated SMG, a dedicated, like, think about this. Why in the fuck would I even fight myself over which SMG to use? It's less work for me to memorize spray patterns if I get good with just one singular SMG. So why would I pick 3 SMGs? Like, why would I pick a choice of 3 SMGs when I can just pick the best SMG, so I only have to get good with one SMG? And then if I have to buy the SMG, then I'll buy the SMG. Otherwise, I'll probably either save with my 5.7, or I'll fucking full buy with my rifle. You see how this is? It's even more, it's even like a bigger problem with terrorists, because, bro, you have an AK, and you have a pocket AK, the Tech 9. And I know lots of guns have been called pocket AK. CZ used to be called pocket AK. So this could change over time, the Tech 9 being good. But regardless, like, you have the Tech 9 if you don't have money, and if you have money, you'll buy an AK. Some people, some pros I've seen in the latest PGL Copenhagen have been using Galils, and that makes sense. It gives you a little more wiggle room for, like, utility. But this, I mean, whether they're using a Galil here or a dualies there, that doesn't really impede upon the ideal of having basically 5 weapon slots. You have your 2 dedicated ones, your op and your main rifle, and then you basically have either a premium pistol slot that could go to either a Deagle or a 5.7 or a Tech 9, and then you've got 2 free slots left over to figure out what the hell you want to do with. That's supposed to be 2 slots. Yeah, you've got 2 free weapon slots that you could use for whatever kind of fun shit you want. I mean, you could put Yogg in there, you could put the FAMAS, your eco, you could put an eco rifle in here, whatever. And this is just much, much clearer to yourself, to low-level players. It's much more streamlined because pros aren't going to be veering away from this at all. And yeah, I think it would be it's something that Counter-Strike like desperately needs, because just like Quake, just like a lot of arena shooters like Diabolical, Xonotic, I think, they all have tons of different variants of like the same core 3 weapons. Counter-Strike has the same problem because it is kind of fundamentally based on an arena shooter, and instead of rocket, rail, and then like lightning gun, you've got the main full buy, the eco, the strongest eco, and then your sniper, your op. So yeah, this is my hot take. You really only need like you really only need 3 weapon slots, but 5 would be more than enough wiggle room for players. And I think if you want to restrict the choices that players have by giving them this grid in order to foster some kind of, you know, build identity that you get out of like games like League and Diablo, I think they're already making the steps toward toward that direction with this limitation here, right? We don't have the weapon wheel anymore, and I think that's fine. I'm just saying to go even further, go all the way, add 5 weapon slots, and like leave it at that. But the fact that you can even buy a starter pistol is so antiquated, and then you know that kind of leads into more, you know, other complaints I have about this game. I have 2,000 hours in. About how much tradition seeps in and just gets grandfathered in without actually, you know, updating what is there. Anyways, thanks for watching. That's pretty much it.